The complete 2025 schedule for your Pittsburgh Steelers has been leaked, and today on Steelers Talk, we're going to be breaking down all 17 matchups for your black and gold heading into the 2025 campaign. Before we get into it today, make sure you guys like today's video if you haven't already, if you are excited for Steelers football in 2025. Really do appreciate all of your guys' support, and click that thumbs up icon if you want to help out the channel in a free and easy way tonight. All right, so let's start here with the Week 1 matchup, which is going to be the New York Jets in MetLife Stadium. And this matchup has all the juice to it, guys, because you've got Justin Fields, who is going to be the new starting quarterback for the New York Jets. He's the presumptive favorite to be the Week 1 starting quarterback for the Jets. And he's going to be playing against his former team. And right now, by far the favorite to be the Steelers starting quarterback in Week 1 is Aaron Rodgers. So it'd be Aaron Rodgers going back to MetLife Stadium. His first game with a new team is against his former team, and everybody knows the history of that divorce this offseason, so that would be high drama, all right, if Aaron Rodgers signs on with the Pittsburgh Steelers and they end up playing the New York Jets. Somebody's going to be getting revenge, whether it's Justin Fields or Aaron Rodgers, and I think that one might be one of the most anticipated games of the Week 1 schedule. That is if Aaron Rodgers signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then in Week 2, another revenge game here is DK Metcalf will be playing his former team in the Seattle Seahawks in the home opener at Acrisure Stadium. It will also be Aaron Rodgers' Acrisure debut if he signs on with the Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. The Steelers pursued Aaron Rodgers instead of Sam Darnold, so that's certainly going to be a storyline to keep your eye on as well. Then in Week 3, you travel to Foxborough to take on Mike Vrabel, Drake May, and the New England Patriots. Watch out for that one to be a tougher game than maybe you think right now. The Patriots, I think, are a much improved football team from where they were last year, and going on the road might make that one a tough football game. Then in Week 4, you travel to Dublin, Ireland to take on the Minnesota Vikings, and this is one that I am very excited about, guys. The Pittsburgh Steelers haven't played internationally in a little while here, and to go up against J.J. McCarthy and a very good Minnesota Vikings team there is going to be absolutely rocking. I know that stadium is going to be filled with Steelers fans, and that's going to be an awesome event for Pittsburgh Steelers fans around the world. Then in Week 5, you have the bye, followed by the Cleveland Browns at home in Week 6. I do think that is probably one of the more winnable games on this schedule. Mike Tomlin is known for winning games outside of the bye. Honestly, I was hoping to get a tougher opponent after the bye because, Mike Tomlin is so good coming off that bye week. Instead, you get the Browns, kind of the squishy team there. So I think that one can pretty much be chalked up as a win, even though the team should absolutely not take any game for granted. Then in Week 6, you travel to the Jungle in Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football to take on the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. That one is going to be a very interesting matchup. First time that these two teams are going to match up this season. And, of course, if Aaron Rodgers is here, it's Joe Burrow versus Aaron Rodgers, which could be a big-time marquee matchup. And then, speaking of Aaron Rodgers, another kind of high-drama game here. The first time he plays the Green Bay Packers since he left Green Bay will be Week 8 versus Green Bay. Of course, it will be at Acrisure Stadium on Sunday Night Football. All right, so again, this is if Rodgers signs on. But this would probably be one of the most anticipated games of the entire schedule if Rodgers does sign on here to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But of course, this is a matchup here on Sunday Night Football that we got to keep our eye on anyway, obviously because we're going to be on primetime football. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. How long have you been a Steelers fan? Let me know down there in the comments section with the year that you started cheering on the black and gold. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. So in just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our friends at Fanatics today. While I'm talking about Fanatics, let me know how long you've been a fan of the black and gold. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor today at Fanatics. And if you guys don't have a DK Metcalf jersey yet, you can get one right now from our friends at Fanatics when you go to chatsports.com/DK. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. And if you click that link and you make a purchase, Fanatics sends us part of the proceeds here at Chat Sports. So if you guys want to help us out here at Steelers Talk and help yourself out by getting yourself a brand new DK Metcalf jersey, you can use chatsports.com/DK to make it happen. Then we get to week 9 here, where you're going to be going up against Shane Steichen and the Colts at Acrisure Stadium, coming off the double primetime slate there in week 7 and week 8. Then you also have another primetime game here in week 10, going to SoFi Stadium, and you're once again on Sunday Night Football going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I love this matchup here, guys, because it's going to be one of physical football, all right? Trench play. It's going to be a lot of running the football. Najee Harris plays his former team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, Rodgers makes his home in the Los Angeles area, so it's a little bit of a homecoming for him. I think that this one's a very interesting matchup, and I think that both teams are going to be pretty bruised up by the end of this football game. Then week 11, you get your second game against the Cincinnati Bengals, this time at home. Then in week 12, you travel to Soldier Field in Chicago to take on Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, and the Chicago Bears. That one shouldn't be too easy, especially at that point during the schedule. Week 13, another tough game playing against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills at home. Then week 14, you finally play the Ratbirds, the Baltimore Ravens, on the road. And trying to get that win there in Baltimore. Then week 15, you have another primetime game here going up against the Miami Dolphins. And it's going to be in Pittsburgh. So this is going to be a matchup here, guys, where Tua Tagovailoa and this Dolphins team has been kind of branded as a soft team that doesn't like to play in the cold. At this point during the year, guys, it's going to be in December in Pittsburgh. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. I fully expect Pittsburgh to be able to take care of business on Monday Night Football. Plus, it's a night game, and we all know how cold it can get with those Pittsburgh nights. Then in week 16, you're going to be traveling to the Lions. Tough game against the Lions in week 16, a team that is certainly expected to once again compete for a Super Bowl championship. Week 17 here, going on the road to the Browns. And then week 18 in the season finale. If the division is on the line, it all comes down to this: Steelers versus Ravens. You wouldn't want to have it any other way. And if you ask me here, guys, if the division comes down to that final game and Rodgers actually has this team in position to potentially get a division championship, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers to win that one at home in the season finale to win the AFC North crown. Now get hyped for me down there in the comment section. Which Steelers game are you the most excited for this year? I think there's a lot of games to get excited for. The Jets game at the season opener, the Dublin game in week 4, the Packers game coming to Pittsburgh for Sunday Night Football, and then of course the season finale versus the Baltimore Ravens are the games that I am most excited for this season. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. And before we say goodbye here today, I do want to give a little bit of a recap here. Week 1, you're playing Justin Fields and the Jets in New York. Then you're playing the Seattle Seahawks at home in the home opener. Then you're playing the Patriots on the road in week 3. The Vikings in Dublin in week 4, followed by your bye week. Then you play the Cleveland Browns in week 6. Then the Bengals in week 7 on Thursday Night Football. The Packers in week 8 on Sunday Night Football. Then you play the Colts in week 9. Then you get the Chargers on Sunday Night Football on the road in week 10, followed by the Bengals, Bears, and Bills. Then you finish out the season with 2 games against the Ravens, a Monday Night Football matchup versus the Dolphins, and then 2 road matchups versus the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns. So tomorrow here on Steelers Talk here, guys, my first Steelers record prediction for the 2025 season. I really do appreciate all of your guys' support. Thank you guys so much for watching today's edition of Steelers Talk. Let me know down there in the comment section what you think the Steelers' record is going to be. And don't forget to click that subscribe button, because again, guys, tomorrow I'm going to be going live on this channel to kind of give my thoughts on the schedule. I'll let you guys know my first record prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. All that great stuff is coming up on this channel tomorrow. So make sure you click that subscribe button to never miss a thing.